Happy Sunday. Hello, everybody. Happy Sunday to you.
Hello, everyone. Happy Sunday
Yes.
with Tanisha and Shakia.
Yes. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you all for joining us. If you're up here, can you just give us a thumbs up or let us know you're here? We can give you a chance to get in and tag and share somebody to share this live. And it gives us a chance to get up here and make sure we can see us on our page and everything. Hope everybody's doing well today on this rainy Sunday.
Yeah, such a relaxing day.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Okay. I see us on this. Okay. All right. I see us on one. Okay, guys. I see us on this one. So that's a good one. All right.
So, T, what did you cook for Sunday dinner?
Oh, I'm glad you asked that. That's Shakia's house when I leave. What you cook?
You didn't say what you cooked.
Okay, well, I did cook a little bit. I feel like I'm always cricket or something. I I cooked called Mississippi roast. As I had a pot roast, and I put in my crock pot. I wash it off, and I put ranch dressing, dry ranch dressing.
Mm-hmm.
The dry, I think is the gravy, the gravy mix. I take a jar of peppers, and put in there, and I put garlic in there, and a half an onion, and a crock pot. So it's gonna be good.
Oh, that is going to be good. That sounds good.
I got all the ingredients, but they're like in the trash. I, I got the packs and stuff, but it's called the Mississippi mud roast. It's good. It's really good. It's
They be
very
coming up with some names, don't
spicy.
they?
Yes, it's spicy, but it's really good though. Hello, Mr. Russell. How you doing today? What you fixed for dinner today? What you cook today, Kia? Or what you gonna cook today?
You know what? After we talked about that earlier, I
Uh-huh.
went into the freezer and I end up seeing, the Russell's Stouffer's.
Uh-huh.
What's that? Russell Stouffer's.
Yeah.
The Stouffer's. What is it called? Cube steak and gravy.
Wow. Oh man, yeah.
I had a box of that in the freezer. So I said, let me put that in the oven, and I'm gonna make some mashed potatoes with that.
Oh, you know what? That sounds good. I might make some mashed potatoes with that mud roast too.
Mm-hmm.
Get it in. Okay, Russell, I heard you say, well, I'm reading you say you're cooking spaghetti now. Oh my God. How do you
I
cook your
want some.
spaghetti? How do you cook your spaghetti, Russell? What kind of sauce you use?
That
Everybody,
is my favorite pasta.
what's it, ragu or pregu? What kind you use, Kia?
I use Prego.
Use prego? Okay. All right. What kind of
Yeah.
sauce you use, Russell, on your spaghetti? We got to get you up here because this is our go-to person when we try to find somewhere to eat or what to do. He knows exactly where to go to. What do
He
you think?
does. Yep.
Yes.
And I just recently switched over to the organic kind. That works better with my acid reflux. So
Does?
it's
Okay, good.
very, very low with the sodium and the acid. So
Okay. So you use organic spaghetti sauce?
Yep.
Oh, okay, that's good. You know, a lot of people have acid reflux. They can't have a lot of stuff that like a lot of citrus fruits or citrus. And that's something good that you said too, because a lot of people don't know why they have all that acid reflux. So if you have problems with acid reflux, you may need to cut down on your citrus fruits or your vegetables.
A whole lot of stuff, because when it builds up, it makes you feel like you're having a heart attack.
Oh wow.
And it builds up and it sits right in your chest, makes you feel like you having. And when you already have heart issues, you won't know the difference.
Okay.
Because it'd be so bad.
Oh wow. Let me see what Russell said. He said he mixed the ragu and pregu. Okay, add a little Texas Pete and green onion. Oh, can't
Ooh.
forget sugar. That's it. That's it. I
Can't
put
forget the
some
sugar.
too.
You know, a lot of people be like, "Ooh, who adds sugar to their spaghetti?" Yes, I love sugar in my sauces. Yep.
Me too. Sugar goes in spaghetti. It cuts down
Yeah.
the tomato. It cuts
Yeah.
down the tangy taste in tomato. Do you use white sugar or do you use brown sugar in your spaghetti, Russell? I use brown sugar in my spaghetti. What kind of sugar you use in yours?
Really?
Brown.
Hmm.
Mhm.
I guess it's all the same, really.
No, it gets a different. It gets a sweeter. You know, brown sugar is different. I mean, it tastes different than the white sugar
It's
is.
more fluffy or more, you know.
Yeah. It's more.
The consistency is a lot different. I
Yeah.
use white too. I've never tried the brown sugar. My sister used to use brown sugar in her coffee when
Mhm.
she used to come and stay with me, and she used to bring, buy the brown sugar, and I used to be like, "Are you putting brown sugar in your coffee?" And
Yeah.
she used to be
What
like,
flavor
"Yeah."
sugar you use? Let me get
I
the sugar.
just could not fathom it. Brown sugar in her coffee. I never could understand it, but she said it's the same thing. She used to say it was the same thing. I never could understand it, but yeah. So okay, so yes, sugar in the spaghetti, guys, to have it. So me and T was talking about we always want to. What you bringing out?
This is the sugar that I use. Can y'all see this? I gotta find the light.
It looked white.
It's brown. I can't pronounce the name. It's M. Can you see it? Okay. It's
Uh
Morena. Get it at the Dollar Tree. That and Walmart
huh.
too. It's like a brown sugar. It's like a natural sugar cane. It says pure sugar cane sugar, all natural, great taste, and it's perfect for coffees. It's not a white sugar. It's like a tanny white. It's a sugar cane sugar. It's not white.
That
Ooh,
was like a off white.
it's a brownish color.
Oh,
If you can
okay.
see it in this bag, it's
Oh, okay. Yeah,
like
yeah,
a
I can
brown.
see that.
It's not almond.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good. See,
Okay, don't be having a sugar rush on the. It do. I might have to try that.
sugar cane sugar. It's sugar cane. Sugar cane sugar.
Okay, okay.
It's really good. I like it. If y'all just coming on, we're talking about what we're cooking for Sunday dinner. Feel free to chat in. Tell us what you cooked for Sunday dinner today. What's y'all favorite meal? What y'all cook on this rainy Sunday?
And that would help me out because I'll be looking for new things to cook,
Mhm.
and because I just came across like for tacos I had this week, I made like the bomb tacos this week, and I just realized that going out to eat, I was just so disgusted this week going out to eat, and I was just like, it's the best thing is like cooking at home.
Yeah, it
But I get so I run out of ideas to like cook things at home, and then I
is.
get lazy too. So, so I'm really interested in what you guys be cooking so that I can like
Try
do
it out.
some more cooking at home.
I know that's right. I'm sorry. I cut across you and Russell when I came in to bring the sugar. What were you saying? You was
Nothing. I wasn't saying anything. I was getting ready to go into like our disclaimer about our show, introducing people who might be visiting our page for the first time. I am Shakir. I'm one of the hosts for Tanisha and Shakir's page.
And I'm Tanisha, and I am the other host on Tanisha and Shakir's page. And we're so happy that you are up here with us today.
Yep. And when we do come live, we come live and we talk about a lot of different topics. We do not give advice to anybody, but we are talking about topics that are realistic and people go through, and we just discuss them, but we do not try to do life-changing anything because we are not therapists and we are not doctors yet. Okay, I always put the yet because you never know what we study and we're trying to continue to better ourselves.
That's it. That's it.
So we just having discussions. We have fun,
Yes.
with the discussions.
Yes. But what we're talking about now is we don't have anything in the know, but what me and Shakira are doing, we are advertising. So first thing we ask you all to do, you already got disclaimers. If you have any birthdays or anything, put them in the chat. Put what you're cooking in the chat so we'll know what you're cooking so you can interact with us. Don't be afraid to interact with us. That's how we know that you're engaging. We know that you're liking it because we're seeing people watching. We want you to engage with us as well. So we have a couple of things that we're going to be bringing up here so y'all can see the things that we're advertising. Shakia is a lot into self-care. So today I'm going to add some self-care things that I do as well. Okay. Let's see. You want to go first? What you got on self-care you advertising today, Ms. Shakia?
Well, everybody know I am an advocate for self-care, but for today, I had a really, really nice basket that was put together for me for one of my birthday gifts. And one of the things that was in here, because I am an advocate for affirmations, was these prayer cards. Okay, I don't know if you guys can see them because my lighting is so off or whatever. It might be too bright, but they are prayer cards. Let me see if you can see. They're prayer cards, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And it's 20 of them. And you just never know how your day is going to go. So each is 20 prayer cards, and on the back of them, it has like little sayings that you could say to yourself. So as the day go by, like this one is from 1 John 4:12. It says, if we love one another, God lives in us, and his love is made complete in us. So this was one of the things that I found that was really, really nice. It was it's beneficial and it's helpful, and it's affirmations that will like take us throughout the day. So along with our regular self-care, there's nothing wrong with just finding affirmations that will help us throughout the day. So these prayer cards really come in handy, and I really appreciate getting them because it's something that we need. So that was one of the things that I pulled from that basket today.
Yes.
So they were prayer cards.
Yes. And as we know, this month is Shakia's birthday, so we celebrate all month long. So every Sunday, y'all wish Shakia happy birthday. It's her birthday the whole entire month. It's her birthday the whole entire month. She's a good friend every day. So 1 month is not enough to celebrate you. You know what I'm saying? So we celebrate each other every day.
That's sweet.
But it's her birthday the whole month. So what I want to do, I bought a couple of things for advertisement purposes. And what I'm learning to do, because I'm in a lot of holistic care stuff, just natural products and things like that, is I'm learning to, if you all can see this, I'm learning to brush myself. Brush. And this is called just a regular bamboo brush with a soft bristle. And what I do is called dry brushing. Sometimes our skin gets really dry or it needs to be exfoliated. I take this and I brush this. Not only does this help this, but it helps circulate the blood flow in your body.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So this is what I use because my iron is really low. I have real low iron. And as you know, when this weather changes, get warm and cold or whatever, those people that have iron problems can notice a difference in their iron. Their energy is low. So, and I get cold a lot. So I take this and I brush on my back. I brush, just brush myself, not in the shower, but just out. And I brush on my legs and, on my back, on my arms, my legs, my stomach, all over my body. And I can feel the circulation just moving in my body. And you can actually feel your blood start flowing better. I just brush in a circular motion like this, all over my body. And it helps that. And a lot of people that have problems with going to the bathroom, you know what I realized too? When I do this, this helps regulate my my GI tract. Yes. And I have one with a hard bristle. And I use this in the shower when I do my back, when I scrub my back. It's a hard bristle. But this is the one I do my dry brushing with. This is the one that I do my bath with. You can get them in a loaf or you can get a brush. And this beneficial to me because it helps that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And another thing I wanted to talk about, 2 more things I have. I don't know if anybody have used this before. This is called the crystal soap. The Pearl crystal soap that comes in the bottle.
I think I've gotten that from
Walmart.
From Cracker Barrel one time.
Oh, really, really? Yes.
I think I might have brought that from Cracker Barrel one time.
This is some good stuff. And you don't look how much I've used already. I gotta move this camera. See how much I've used already? This stuff will last you almost a whole year. You don't even have to use that much. They come in different flavors and scents. Different scents and different scents, put it right.
Mm-hmm.
The one I have right here is the hemp almond. This is hemp almond. All you do is take probably an ounce and get you a little small miniature bottle, spray bottle, or a small little pump bottle like this, a little small one. Put an ounce in here and fill the rest up with water. And you got a body wash. You can use body wash. You can use for dishes. You can wash clothes in this. You can do a lot of things with this. People use this to make their own organic soap and stuff like this. This is a really good product. It's about $13.99 for what size ounce bottle is this? This is a 32-ounce bottle. But I guarantee you can get almost 200 ounces in this.
Mm-hmm.
Once you dilute it. But you have to dilute it real good because it's nothing but extremely soap. That's all this is. So,
Mm-hmm.
and my last thing is because y'all know I'm into these herbs and stuff. I went to Bath and Body Works and they had a sale, 75% off. Oh my goodness. Now I don't use Bath and Body Works all that often, because I don't go that much. I have a whole lot of my son bought me for Christmas. But I went for 75% off. They had these lotions. These lotions are normally $15.50.
Mm-hmm.
I got this lotion for $3 and some change. So I knew I went crazy. I bought a whole bunch of them. These are body washes, and I think the hand wash.
Uh-huh.
This is Hibiscus Paradise.
Girl.
This smells good. It smells clean. It's fresh. It's not really, really loud. And it's moisturizing. And it's the ultimate hydration body cream. So it's the 24-hour moisture. If you're looking for something to get at Bath and Body Works, this is a great one right here. It's called the Hibiscus Paradise. There's some other different kinds that are out there too, but this is what I use. This is what I like. So this is what I do for my self-care, and I'm getting more into it now because as we get older, whether we get older or not, as being women, we need to make sure we have our self-care and taking care of ourselves and loving ourselves,
Right.
more. So I use this, and I use this. I got these from Walmart. I got this from Bath and Body Works, and I got this from Walmart. So these are my self-care items that I'm talking about this week. If you have any self-care items that you like to discuss with us, that you like to use, that helps you calm and relax, words of affirmation that you do, music or songs or anything that you do, put in the chat. Let us know. We can communicate with each other. We can help each other out. That's what we're all about. Just making sure we can help each other get through, which is one of the good things that we do on Sunday. I love that. And y'all got to forgive me because I'm just doing this all day.
I think it's the way it looks to you. It doesn't come off that way to us.
Yeah, I think it's because I have the camber not diagonal but horizontal.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
a vertical but horizontal. Okay, all right. Let's see. Got anything else?
Nope.
All right, so I guess we can thank you all for coming. We just jump right on into what we're doing today. How about that? How about?
Well, today, guys, we are talking about the movie A Fall from Grace, okay? And if you have watched one of our previous shows before, we talked about one of Tyler Perry's other movies, which was Acrimony, okay? That was a really, really good topic. Tanisha and I always talk about that topic, but it was a really, really, really good topic. So tonight we are going to be talking about A Fall from Grace. And if you did not get a chance to look at that movie, please look at that movie. It was kind of, I think the movie was kind of thrown together, but however, it was still enough there for us to pretty much figure out what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
Tyler Perry's storyline when it comes to Black women, I think he always writes the storyline of Black women and their vulnerability. Do you pick that up from him? He always writes it where this woman is always vulnerable, and she always
Yes, I know that. That's what I was going to say too. She always played those clips like that, and she does it well. And the only thing I was thinking about that is when people do that, I'm like, are they like that for real?
Yeah, and I think that's
so good.
I'm like, is that his way of? Is he trying to I don't know. Maybe I don't know whether it was just me, but
No,
in this movie,
I said the same thing. I said she plays those movies really good. Not only her, not talking about from Far from Grace, but what's the lady's name? The Whitfield lady. She played in oh my God. She played a movie with Martin Lawrence when she acted like Martin Lawrence was beating her up. Some her last name is
oh, you talking about A Thin Line Between Love and Hate.
yes. She
But
even
I'm just talking about Tyler Perry's movies in a whole, like in a whole, and how he does his movies.
that's what I'm saying. But I'm saying that the actress we're talking about with her.
Uh-huh.
I'm just saying she plays all of the movies that she plays. She has that same type of role.
Oh, yeah. You talking
You
about
know,
Lynn
she has that
Whitfield.
same type of role, and that's why I was thinking of some actress. They have that same type of role. Do they act like that for real? Because they play that so well.
Oh,
It's so
yeah.
well. You know, she plays it well.
Okay. So we're gonna see how this goes, whether we're just gonna see how it goes. So we're gonna start from the beginning. Okay. And we're just gonna break it into like 3 different parts, right?
Okay. Can I
Okay.
just say something? Okay, we're talking about The Fall from Grace. So if anybody's seen that movie, we're talking about The Fall from Grace. So you understand what we're talking about. So I don't know if I'm let Kia run this because she is good with this movie critic stuff. I've been read all the way in and came back out, but I'm let her
I
run
mean,
it.
we can just go with the flow with it.
Yeah,
We just go with the flow.
you're
All right,
really good.
so at the beginning, right? And I write down everything because
Okay.
or I'll be all over the place. So we got Grace and her best friend Sarah.
Mhm.
Okay, so Grace opens up, and she's newly divorced, or maybe she's divorced. Her husband was caught with his
Secretary.
office secretary and all of that. So they got divorced, and she's opening up to her best friend Sarah about I just want to find love again. And how you just talking to your best friend about, and
Yeah.
you thinking you confiding in this person. This person is who you love. This is your best friend. Okay. So
Mhm.
her best friend says, you know what? You need to get out this house. You need to start dating.
Yes.
You need it's time for you to find somebody.
Tan.
So Sarah becomes very supportive of her best friend getting on out there. She supports the dates when she finally meets this guy. She
Mhm.
supports these dates and everything. So that makes Grace wanna, do it even more. So my first question is the opinion or support of your close friends during the moving on phase,
Mhm.
is it important? Is it important for your best friend or your close friends? Is their opinion or their support important to you?
Okay. Answer me. You gonna put that in the chat?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So is the opinion of my friends important to me with moving on and anything and going on? Okay. So the opinions of the support of my friends is important to me. Their opinions matter to me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Their support is important to me. Their opinions matter to me.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why I say their support, because know whether if I'm in a good place or a bad place, I need their support either way. Okay. Their opinion about something, it's different when you're talking about people's opinion
Mm-hmm.
because the situation is me. You give me your opinion about something, but somebody giving you an opinion, 9 times out of 10, they're telling you what they'll do if they were in that situation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it matters to me how you feel about the situation I'm in because you're giving me support. You're talking to me about it. Your opinion does matter, but at the end of the day, it's still my choice. Because I think sometimes we value our friends' opinion about something, but they're not all the way in it.
Mm-hmm.
Giving it to you from their perspective on what they
Right.
on their level. They're not the one that's in it. So it does matter. It's not important. It matters, but I think the support matters more than their opinion. Okay.
I
So
couldn't agree with you even more. Because number one, like you said, they're not in it. You know
mhm.
what I'm saying? So you don't. And when she said, you know what, you need to get out this house. How can you're not feeling what I'm going through? You know what I'm saying? And it's easier for the friend on the outside to say, you know what, it's time for you to get out this house, girl. You've been in this house, you moping around, and you can understand from the friend standpoint that,
Mhm.
they want to get you back into the swing of things, and
That's right.
because they don't want you to fall into no type of depression and anger and all of that. But then you also have that phase where you want to hook me up. And I
Mhm.
never wanted anybody to hook me up, because you remember how friends would say, well, if things go wrong, who you going to blame? You going to blame me now because I done hooked you up with this
Yeah,
person.
I would have never met her. I never met him if it weren't for you.
Right.
Wow.
Right. So, right, that you want their support, you want the support of your friends, and you kind of value their opinion too, because you want to think that your best interest is at heart. You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? But then when you look at we find out who Sarah really is, and then you're like, damn, it kind of, whoo. But
Yes.
I couldn't agree even more. Denise said, yes, my friend's support is important, and I listen to their opinions. Sometimes I agree with their opinion, and sometimes I don't. And then Sean said, opinions shouldn't matter. So your opinion shouldn't matter. But, listening to what they do have to say, I do want to hear what you got to say as my friend.
That's fine. That's
But I
fine.
do want you to know that I value it, but I still have my own mind,
Mhm.
and you can't get mad if I don't take what you
That's
say.
right.
We
That's
got
right.
to agree to disagree now, friend, you
That's
know,
right.
so,
That's
so,
right.
yeah, but that part is, yeah. So that was the beginning where her friend, stepped in and said, you know what, it's time to get out this house. Let's move on you need to move on past this divorce. Okay. So, you ready to move on?
I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm
All right.
ready.
So, it's only been a few months now that they've been dating.
Mm-hmm.
They've been dating and everything. He done wooed her. They've been
Mm-hmm.
dating. So, they got married. She fell really hard. So,
Mm-hmm.
remember, she was looking for love, and Sarah knew it. And most of all, Sarah knew her.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, she was looking for love, and Sarah knew it. And most of all, Sarah knew her.
That's
So
right.
now things are becoming disturbed. Her job. So she did some kind of finances at her job. So now things are getting all disrupted at her job. Her bank accounts are getting messed up, the loans on her house and everything. So, but she's newly married. Now, none of this stuff was happening before now. Now she's newly married. Question two: why does it take us so long to come to terms with the obvious?
Hmm. So let me back up a question on that. Now, what happened in between? Did we know what's going on in between while all this stuff is going on?
Okay, well, so he's going out on dates with her.
Uh-huh.
She meets him.
You know,
So
I'm
she
talking.
goes out in the movie, she goes out on the first date.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Of course he's telling her everything she wanna hear.
Mm-hmm.
He's telling her everything she wanna hear because guess who he is?
A
He's
liar.
the best friend's son. So who
Uh,
knows her better? The best friend.
that's
So
right.
he's gonna know how to talk to her. He's gonna know what she likes because the best friend done told him everything.
So let
So
me.
it's
Like when did that come up? When did they find? Did she know? Did Sarah know? The reason why I'm asking these questions because some people may have not seen the movie. So
right.
Sarah said no. I mean, Grace doesn't know this is Sarah's son.
No, she doesn't know. So this man approaches her and she's already wanting to love. Okay. So he approaches her, and on the first date, he looks good, he's younger. He he woos her. He knows what to say. They go to a restaurant and she immediately starts talking a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one of our downfalls. We just start talking a lot. You
Mm-hmm.
know, releases too much at one time.
That's right.
And Yeah, and then he sends her flower. He comes to her job and they just start dating and she falls really quick for him.
Mhm.
She kind of consults with Sarah and says, well, maybe I shouldn't do this. Maybe I shouldn't. So Sarah says, go ahead on, girl. Go ahead on and do it. Well, of course, she wants her to go ahead on and do it. But
Mhm.
hearing it from your best friend, you like, okay, my best friend supports me. So
Yes.
what you going to do? You're going to go head on because you feel confident now.
Mhm.
So only in a few months of dating and feeling good about this, he making her feel good. He's saying all the right things. The sex is bomb. The conversation is bomb. He doing everything he need to do. He proposes and she accepts.
Okay. All right. Now this is where we getting in. All right.
Okay.
All
So
right.
after that, that's when she start noticing. She goes to work and her job says, you got to return this money. Now she haven't had no problems before then. Now
Mhm.
she's starting to have problems on her job with money. She starts to have issues at the bank with her house. So the question is, I didn't have all these issues before. Now I married this man and now I'm having all this issue. So the question is, why does it take so long for us to come to terms with the obvious?
Okay. So it is two things I can say about that. First thing, I'm gonna address both of these on the story, then on a real thing. If you are doing what you're doing now, and Sarah's and Grace's predicament, if she was doing everything she was doing, and then in the relationship she was slipping up, and then things start tackling down.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's one thing. But if all this sudden stuff just go haywire from 1 week to 3 weeks, you went from how's she missing money at work? What's going on with that? Are you tired? Are you not paying attention? Are you being distracted? Is he distracting you from not doing what you're supposed to do that's making you make these mistakes? Or
Mm-hmm.
are you doing something behind my back that's making me lose all this stuff? You see what I'm saying? That's on the movie part. In reality, sometimes we skip the obvious because we're looking for something we want so bad. It's like, okay, oh, that's a red flag. I ain't paying the man. We'll let it slide this time. Oh,
Uh-huh.
okay. Oh, I ain't paying the man. We'll let this slide this time. But you know what? So many slides down the hill, you gonna fall.
Mm-hmm.
Then you fall and you gonna tumble down that hill. You know what I'm saying? Like you walking up a hill, then you got to come down the steps. They said stop running down the steps. Stop running because you're gonna trip and fall if you don't pay attention to what you're doing. If you don't pay attention to the signs that's going on. And I guess what you're saying, what takes us so long with the obvious? What takes us what takes me a long time with the obvious? Because I would never think that a person would do me that way. I would never think that. I mean, and you stay in situations and put up with something so long. It's like I still can't believe they did that. And you say
Mm-hmm.
people like that. Everybody's not going to be the same way you are.
Mm-hmm.
They really did that.
Mm-hmm. Like, wow. Like, no, no, no. I'm gonna let you do it again just so I could be sure that your ass did that.
Yes, and sometimes that's what we
Yeah.
do.
Mm-hmm.
We don't downplay ourselves. People say, "Oh, you stupid." No, I'm
Mm-hmm.
making sure because when I'm sure I know what you're doing. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That and I'm gonna
And,
say
and
this.
people,
Go ahead.
go ahead.
Okay, go ahead. I'm not gonna forget what I'm saying. Go ahead. I don't
Yeah,
want
because and people look at it when a I'm not gonna say a woman because men are like that too. When a person is like that, people look at it as being a weakness.
you. Mhm.
But I don't think it's a weakness. I think it is like, you know what, I just gotta be sure. Because
Yes.
just like in this movie, she saw the signs. Like she
Mhm.
would see him on the phone and she was like, I know he's cheating.
Mhm.
And he would say, I don't like to be questioned. Well, because I know you're just not going to sit on this phone and have a whole conversation with a woman, you
And
know. But it took her having to walk into the room and catch him
yes.
for her to say, oh, I'm going to get a bat and I'm going to beat your head in. It took her having to go to the bank to see the footage of him going in the bank
Mhm.
and getting the loan on her house for her to say, "Oh, I'm going to kill you. I'm going to get your head." You know, it took her having to see it in her eyes. Just like for me, you can't come and tell me nothing. Don't call me and tell me nothing. I want you to FaceTime me.
Mhm.
If you're gonna see something, FaceTime me. What you gonna call me for? Oh, I thought I saw somebody with your man. FaceTime me then.
Show me.
Your text don't mean nothing to me. What you texting me for? If you saw it, honey, duo me or FaceTime me. Okay, I gotta see this because I don't know what your motives are. You know what I'm saying? I gotta see this.
That's right.
So I'm a person of vision and visual. You got to show
Mhm.
me.
Yeah.
Okay. And I don't know why, but it's I mean, that's just me.
And
Um,
I understand that
but
too.
anyway,
I
so
mean,
she just needed to see,
I
you
understand
know?
it too. This is what I was going to say. Then, and it brings perfect to what you were saying, so I wanted to go in front of you.
Mm.
And that's how people are. Because then some people will turn around and get upset with you when they're the one that's instigating the stuff. But then when they get caught, why are you trying to flip this on me? You the one started that and said, okay, you know you're doing what you're doing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But then as soon as you say, okay, you're doing this, all right, then they get nervous. Then why am I a threat to you when you've been you the one causing all these problems? But as soon as I say, okay, I see what you're doing. Now I'm a threat. Now why am I a threat to you?
Mm-hmm.
You feel so threatened by me seeing what you're doing. You won't. Why? I mean, why you want to be the victim now?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody want to be the victim. So who was I ever the victim at all?
Mm.
Wow, wee! Girl,
I'm
we're gonna be
telling
talking
you.
about this movie today, y'all. I'm telling you, because this movie can bring back some memories.
I'm telling you. I'm,
Woo!
I'm telling they be movies, but I'm telling you, they real life
They
stuff.
talking the truth. They talking their real life stories.
So
You
Keita said, well, for me, because I didn't want to be alone, that is why I stayed in the situation so long.
yeah.
So why does it take so long to come to terms with the obvious? So she's saying she stayed so long because she didn't want to be alone. And a lot of people do that.
They do.
It's not that they don't know, it's not that they being naive, it's just that, I don't want to be by myself. I
Yeah.
know it's happening. Denise
Mm-hmm.
said it took so long because sometimes we hope for the best and want it so bad. Sometimes we know the truth and don't want to deal with the reality of it. Absolutely. Yep.
Absolutely. Wow.
Gosh. But now I take no prisoner. I take no prisoners. I know that's right.
Yes.
So
Woo.
that brings us, I'm telling you, that brings us to question 3. He made the statement, "You made it too easy." She said, she said, "Well, why are you doing this to me?" He said, "You made it too easy." So I don't know if we got any men on the live. I don't know if we got them up here. But even as the women, what do we think he mean? How do we make it too easy for the
Mm.
men?
Russell be
Mm.
cooking that spaghetti because he sure ain't saying nothing yet.
Look, they not going to spill the beans on that one. How
But
do
yeah,
we make it
you
too
still up
easy?
here? She was an easy target that he knew he could manipulate. Who said that? I can't see.
Yep, Denise.
Okay.
Exactly. She made herself an easy target that he knew he could manipulate. Yes. And
Mm-hmm.
then as women, we give our all.
Mm-hmm.
Well, some women give their all to a man. I mean, they completely lose themselves. And she completely lost herself. Now she didn't stay there long because when she figured him out,
That
she
was it.
went on did what she handled her business. But when she lost herself, she released herself and all of herself totally to him. And he sifted her dry. He sifted her total being, sifted her till she was nothing. It was nothing left. And And he knew everything about her. He knew everything about her.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. But she was doomed from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
She was doomed from the beginning. Russell says, I'm all ears because I have never done anything like that. I'm here for the comment.
I,
Russell said he got his popcorn. He's just here for the comments.
I know that's right.
Understood. Some people can pick up on your insecurities and use it to their advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Destroy. Danger zone. Lakita said, my ex-husband said he knew I wanted love and I was willing to take anything. Gosh. And what
Wow.
they sit there and they listen just like this to your first conversation you ever had with them.
That's the first conversation tells you
Yeah.
everything right there.
And they be like, so what you looking for?
Mm-hmm.
So what you looking for in a man? I just want him to be, So what was your last boyfriend like? What made y'all break up? He was this and he was that, and I just want, you think you just haven't.
They gonna be the totally opposite of what you're talking about. I know. I'm gonna make sure I'm not gonna do all this. They got a mental notepad right in their head.
He like, oh yeah, and I just want him to be nice, because I'm telling you, if I could just find a man that would be blah blah blah, woo, I would just give him the world. Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
You gonna get a run for your damn money too.
Is that all I gotta do? Noted.
Yeah.
Right. He used everything I told him against me. And that's what they do. And then they take your traumas, the traumas of your previous relationships, and use them right against you. Find you at your low.
Mm-hmm. But it's not just for men. It's women do the same thing to men too. Vice
Girl.
versa. It's some men that's out here that's going through the same thing that that Grace was facing in this movie as well.
Right. Absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely. So I don't know what you want to do. Do we want to tackle, because we want to tackle the next, or we want to continue?
We can continue. We can tackle some more of it, because we still got a whole. This just probably 45 minutes of the movie. You got some more you want to tackle again?
Nope, I went right into Sarah.
Okay, here we go. It says, in the process, I had to. Oh wow.
Yeah.
You will have a mental breakdown.
This reminds me of the women who go out with guys strictly. We had that conversation last week, didn't we? Go out with the men strictly for a meal. So didn't we discuss this before? We did discuss this. We did. And see, they ain't even up here. They're not even up here to like back this whole conversation up right now.
He's just trying to get us through here. We get through here. I mean, these are some topics. These are some topics, Russell. Just listening, you listening to what we're saying. And, as transparent as we are at times, sometimes just because a man doesn't go through those different things, women go through those different things. And it's hard when we're trying to date another person and they don't understand all the brokenness and all the different pieces that people went through. Because like you said, in the beginning, let's talk about so and so and so. And that can run men away or run a woman away. I dated a woman, she was this. They're like, oh, what the crap. You so nervous and scared because just like Lakita said, she had a mental breakdown because of how the relationship was. So the next person be like, okay, are you mentally able to even be in a relationship with me if they're the right person or not?
Right. But even in her mental breakdown, and even in Grace's mental breakdown, look where it could take you. See, she just divorced her first husband, but she tried to kill this man because this man had her lose everything.
Yes.
But where Lakita went head on and divorced him, but the mindset, you don't know what
but
where
people's mind,
this mind can take you when people keep playing with you. You know what I'm saying?
yes.
And
And
that brought me to think about, oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
no, I'm writing it down. Go ahead, I got it.
That brought me to think about Sarah and how she is just a loose cannon out here. She has no compassion and no love for no one. She was a dirty, low down woman who sacrificed her son's life every time they did this because her son was laying there and he could have died. And you didn't care. This woman just happened to let him live. But she could have killed him in that moment. He could have died in the last relationship, doing this thing over and over and over again. So, what type of mother? You can attack Sarah on so many different levels. You can attack her as a friend, you can attack her as a mother, as a woman, period. But just as a mother standpoint, what type of mother sacrifices her son every time over money? You
Okay.
sacrifice his life every time you put him in a relationship with a woman to do this to that woman. So she just so happened one more blow to the head would have killed him. You know, so ooh.
This is what I can say because this conversation is really good. And this is gonna be a two-part, guys, because it's so many deep things that we're talking about. We can, break it down so we can have a conversation about bits and pieces of it before we get too deep into the end of it, that we can get it. Because people are conversating and talking about that. And this is, like Russell said, this is a really good topic. Keita said she lost everything, her job, car, and her house.
Right.
It said it took her years to get back in a safe place. Shakir said too, it's in that mind. People don't know the mindset of things, but if you look at it, the battleground is in your mind. Everything is in your brain, your thought process. All this stuff is at the top of your head. This thought process from the beginning to the end. From the beginning, when she already knew in her head, in her brain, in her mind that she was going through this thing with her ex-husband, that she needed to process and give herself time to heal. She already knew in her mind that she was talking to Sarah and what she would do. All these thought processes are in your mind. So by the time you process one thing and go to the next step, you process something, let's go to the next step. Now here comes this old food coming. The food of the food. He coming. And are you messing up some more things that's going on in my mind? Okay. Yeah, I got it all together. I sure do. Come on, let me put this puzzle together. It's 100 pieces. I got 50 more pieces to go.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So by the time you get the other part of the piece of the puzzle, like, okay, forget all this here. This too much. Your mind ain't processing nothing else because it's already on overload. So one or two things are going to happen. You need to go on about your business with the quickness because I already know what kind of games you're playing. You need to hurry up out the way. Or you can keep on playing these games you're playing, and I'm going to show you how it's going to end. You see what I'm saying? But then that just things that's in our mind. Our mind just cannot handle and hold a whole lot of stuff. It can't because that's our process. That's our thought process. Your mind, all it is, it just goes round in a circle and all those brain waves and stuff. Your mind does not have anything that oozes out. Just like if we eat food, all the waste comes out what's in the bathroom. If we catch a cold or a virus comes in our body, it goes out. Where is all this stuff in your mind gonna come out at? You know what I'm saying? What does all this thought process come out other than our mouth, or other than our actions, or other than our anger? Where does it come out at? What does your thought process end up at?
Girl, it's tight.
It is tight. It's very tight. My thing on it, because if we're going to go to part 2 next week, or we're going to get a little bit more into this before we get into her hurting the man, after she had already figured out what he had done and how she was losing interest at work and she was getting behind on stuff at work and things started getting missing and he started dipping and dabbing in her money and taking things from her, at what point of time did she realize that the mom had something to do with it?
She did. She didn't because if you okay, I'm sorry. She did at the end. At the end, she realized that when the public defender was going so hard for her, when she
Okay,
was
that's
like
when
kept
she,
asking her, what happened? What happened? Tell me what happened. Having her talk about it. And the more she talked about it, the more she started telling the story and kept telling the story and started putting pieces together.
yeah,
you
told you.
know but
Mhm.
if you don't have nobody going hard for you and asking
That's
you
it.
your story,
That's it. That's it.
because at the beginning when she went to jail, she had already said,
She was
i'm,
guilty.
I'm guilty. you
Yes.
know she was already divorced, already had lost it then. You know what I'm saying?
I
Now
already got.
this man done this to her, so she already done gave up.
Yes, she had already gave up, and
Yep.
that's what I had said in the beginning. Because you got to watch who tells your story.
Mm-hmm.
And it was Sarah that was telling the story to the DA or whoever the lady was, the public defender in the beginning. Then you got to watch who's on your side.
Yeah.
Just because you going through a rough time or you got something that's going on with you, who is actually on your side? I
Mm-hmm.
can say, I'm going to give up. I know he didn't done me wrong. I don't care. But who is really on your side?
Yep.
Because all you're trying to do is reprocess what happened. You got innocent people that's in jail for, different stuff, or people going through different stuff. If they only had somebody to help them reprocess what happened,
Yep.
let's sit down and reprocess what's going on. That's what I was saying. The battle in your mind, your brain, you got them brain waves. Where are you getting this stuff out? Nothing comes out. If we don't be able to talk about some of these things that go on that hurt us or what people have done, if you can't process this stuff out, we can find ourselves on the other side of grace because of what?
Yep.
Who
Mm-hmm.
on the other side? We're on the other side of grace. Well, hell, is it mercy or whatever it is? It got to be something because it's so hard. If you just can reprocess, but it's all
Absolutely, Keita.
that's
Mm-hmm.
it. She had her best friend. She thought this girl was her best friend. That
Yep.
messed her up. She's supposed to help me reprocess. You didn't help me reprocess, but I got to get locked up, get in jail for somebody I don't know to come and say, okay, she takes the case. Tyler Perry already said, go ahead, lock up. We ain't got time to be worried with her. We got to go ahead
Yeah.
and she guilty. Just let her go and we just give some time. That girl said, no.
And what would most people do? Most people would be like, you know what?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yep. Okay, what Keita said. Now, the truth be told, I would be on death row if I would have stayed. Right. Right. Because the more you decline and anger sits in, the more you would just find yourself just going left. You be
Yes.
going left. Remember, everyone who laughs in your face are not your friends. Absolutely. They sifting you. They sifting all that they can gain and understand about you so that they can.
Use it against you.
That's why now I ask God to please connect me with the right people.
That's right. That's right. Got that counsel that can give you the counsel that you need.
Mm-hmm. And
Wow.
you have the spirit of discernment. You
Mm-hmm.
you should be able to know yourself.
Mm-hmm.
By now, by a certain, that's why my same crew been my same crew for the longest time. Maybe here or there, a few, new people, but
Mm-hmm.
still we figuring out, and I'm figuring out if you connected to Tanisha or you connected to this person, then I know you got to be somewhat okay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I don't know how you gonna do me, but I know if you do her a certain way,
That's
then
right.
you gotta somewhat be okay. But
That's right.
yeah.
That's right. This has been a very good conversation. You know, because like you said, it's just the way that we processing things out.
And you gotta have people that's willing to fight for you, that's willing to speak up for you, that's willing to, come in and like the public. Because had it not been for the public defender, it would have been a closed case. She would have been doing her time, and the guy would have been alive, him and
Mm-hmm.
his mama, on to the next. And look at all the people that they had in the basement. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know where you want to stop at.
Wow, but you let us know where you want to stop. We can find a medium minute. So I guess we can get up into let's get up into the killing part. So then we can just make the rest of it next week if you want to. You want to get up to that part?
Up to the what part?
To the part that she hurts him now, before she gets locked up.
Okay, so she catches him in the bed with another woman, and he done got bold. I mean, he done got bold, and he's like, "Go get me an ashtray." You know, he's like, "Go get me an ashtray." You know, and I mean, and she's like fed up. She has turned angry. She has turned red. All she sees is red now, and she gets up to that part where she knows it's him. Everything he has done is him. So she attempts to kill him. Okay. And she bangs him upside the head a few times with a bat or whatever. And
break it down. Because you know you can tell these stories. Come on.
What you mean break it down?
Tell the story, Kia. Tell the story like you told it. Acrimony. Tell it like that.
What, after when she starts breaking him down?
Yeah,
when
no.
She starts beating him
tell
down?
When she caught that man, tell him when she caught him in the bed with that woman. Break the story down. Y'all watch that.
Well, that's all because it wasn't a long clip of that.
No, it wasn't, but break it down.
She walked in on him and she was like, I know you ain't got no woman in my bed. And he was like, he ain't care. He ain't care. He was like, this my house, He basically was like, and what you gonna do? That's what what was she gonna do? He told her, get on out and go get him an ashtray. He was doing him. She can be next. Basically, you want to join. You want to get in the bed with her. And she ain't never come back with the ashtray. But basically he came on downstairs, sat in the chair. They had a conversation as if nothing had just happened or whatever. And I think the way he was talking to her, that was like the anger built up. Like, I know you ain't just sitting here having a conversation with me. Like, I just did not catch you in our bed. Like, I know you crazy now. So, like most men will hop up and be like, oh my God, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like the girl would hop up and run or whatever. But, and she just went bananas on his head. And, I would have really like banged you in. I probably would have soaked you in the gasoline and set you on fire. Made sure if I'm gonna do time, I'm gonna do time. You know what I'm saying? But I think she just did enough, and she knew that he probably wasn't dead. But
so what happened after she caught him in the bed? She caught him in the bed, right? After she caught him in the bed, then they came downstairs and the lady left. They had the conversation. So when after they had the conversation, did he leave or did she leave?
No, they didn't leave. He won't leave in nowhere because she just grabbed a bat and started beating on him. So it went from that scene to that scene.
Okay, to the scene for them in the bed until she got the bat and started beating him with the bat.
Yeah, because he was like talking to her about how, she, it was easy for him to do it to her. It was easy for him to treat her the way he treated her.
Okay.
And as he was talking to her in that manner, this was building up in her head. Like, I know you're not just talking to me like that. Like making this my fault. Yes. Everything you doing to me, you making it my fault. No. So it snapped in her head. Like, I know you're not doing this. And she just went crazy on him.
Dang.
So she, in her mind, thought she killed him. Mm-hmm. And then she called her friend. Mm-hmm. And her friend came.
So that was not Sarah. She didn't call her Sarah.
She called Sarah. She called Sarah and Sarah
called his mom. Okay, so she called Sarah and Sarah came. So then what you want to go? You want to keep on or you want to just cut it off and just talk about what happened after that?
I mean, we can cut it off there if you want to.
We can. So
we can cut it off there because that's like,
the halfway.
That's deep there. Like I'm coming to help you finish my son. Oh, child. That woman is deep. She dangerous. Sarah is dangerous. But it's some Sarahs around here. You know that. We got the real life 2022 Sarahs are around here. But we will stop there because I think the next time that we talk about this, we can really talk about how Sarah played her part.
Okay.
Because really that's the final part of the movie. The final part of the movie is actually dissecting Sarah's part is how she done manipulated all of these people, her manipulation, from
Okay.
her act in the courtroom to her act in her friendship to her act with her son and
Mhm.
all of that. Sarah's, identity, her character.
Okay. All right.
And the Sarahs in our life, how do we know the Sarahs? How can we point out and figure out the Sarahs? Because she's good. She's good.
Wow. All right, guys. So what we need y'all to do is we need y'all to invite a friend. Next Sunday we're doing popcorn and a movie again. Invite a friend, tag them in there. Watch our posts. We're gonna go ahead and start putting some clips up on this because in this day and time, way stuff is going on now. We need to be on P's and Q's on who we dating and who we not dating,
Yeah,
who we around and who we not around because
right.
people out here are crazy as hell.
Because Sarah and that's scary. And although like we say, that is a movie, but she was her very best friend. And your best friend and your close friends know a lot about you.
Mm-hmm.
And she knew everything. And she told her son everything about this woman. Just so she could set this woman up with this man. So that this man can destroy her whole life. And had this woman about to do life for murder, and the man won't even dead, just so they can turn around and continue to do and destroy other people's lives. And this woman didn't care nothing about it. And it's real life people out here that wants to destroy
You're lying.
people.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And we thinking that this is my girl, sis. We quick to call them sis. Quick to call them my best friend or my friend or my home girl or whatever, and we don't bit more know who we don't bit more know. So yes, invite a friend, invite somebody. It's not going to be a long drawn out show unless the conversation goes that way. But we just going to talk about Sarah's character because Sarah is out here. And then we wondering how this person found out this and how that person found out that. And the whole time is because you done told Sarah. And Sarah is stirring the pot. I'm just joking.
Sarah in the pot. Sarah is the pot.
Sarah is the pot.
She the pot and the roast.
The pot and the kettle and everything.
Yes, she's the pot, the roast, the onions. She's all that. She's all of it. Wow.
This man probably could have been a good man. She probably could have raised her son to be a good man for somebody. And she done ruined his life because now he out manipulating women and turning women into, turning them into angry women. If it was a real life situation. You know what I'm saying?
And that's a part 3 right there. You can't. I mean, what makes toxic? What makes men toxic for women? What makes women toxic for men? You know what I'm saying?
Yep. And that's why you got so many women out here that don't even want to date. They don't even want no man. They find all by themselves, them and God, because they don't want to deal with nobody. They don't even want to go through the nonsense. They don't even want to deal with it.
No.
They don't, because they don't want to even try to decipher whether you this type or that type or whatever type. They don't even want the problems.
Wow. All right, guys. Well, hope y'all have a dang, I can't even talk. We are so happy that y'all were able to join us tonight. for those that are not on the live right now with us, and you catch this on a replay, we are so happy that you're still able to come in with us. Come back next Sunday. But check that movie out. It's A Fall from Grace. It's by Tyler Perry's mama. 2 or 3 years old now. 2 or 3 years old by now. It's on Netflix. And we're going to discuss the rest of it next week. What happens when Sarah comes to Grace's aid?
Yep.
Let's find out what happens when these friends come to your aid. These people you think your friends coming to your aid.
And I got a message.
Okay.
That when we was talking about doing this movie, and someone wants us to do the, and I said no, we probably won't do this movie until August, because I had already said no to this movie one time before. For Color Girls.
For Color Girls, okay.
For Color Girls is a dark movie, but For Color Girls covers women on all levels. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I think he did a really, really good job with that movie. Although it's a lot with that movie.
But that can be a good movie. We can do, because what we can do, we can get different people to discuss that for Color Girls.
Yes. I would love to have a really, really strong panel of somebody else up here with us to discuss that movie too. But
that's a very good mental health.
Yes, it's a very good movie to discuss. But I wouldn't want to do it just with us. I would really want somebody who really wants to discuss it, because all the way from Janet's role, all the way down to, the women were strong. They played their roles. Oh my gosh.
They did.
So many different angles. It was good, but it was a lot.
It was.
And they had so many different backgrounds. It covered every woman.
Yes.
It covered every woman. I think so.
And you know what? That's just like in life anyway. It doesn't matter what somebody goes through. You may not be going through that, but believe somebody is.
Yep, somebody is.
Somebody is. You may not be going through that, but guess what? You're going through something. Somebody is going through something. Everybody has something. Everybody has a story. It may not be the exact story, but everybody has a story.
Yeah. I don't see where nobody. What did you have? You had the overprotective mother, which was Whoopi Goldberg, right?
Mm-hmm.
You had the stripper sister.
Yeah.
That she felt like everybody thought that.
Then you had the daughter herself.
You had what?
You had Whoopi Goldberg's daughter. You had the daughter herself.
Then you had the younger daughter who was trying to do good and do things in life. Then you had the executive. You had Janet Jackson, who was corporate, you know, kind of like looked down on everybody a little bit, but then she had faced her struggle with her husband.
Yes,
then you had the overprotective husband, jealous husband, with the wife who just wanted to please him. Then you had, it just covered all walks. Then you had the caseworker, who, then you had the girl from Destiny's Child who tried to start over, but then her life shattered by trying to find love again, and then he took advantage of her. It was
one after the other.
It covered a lot of different women.
It did.
That's why I want to prepare for that, but I really want a good show.
That'd be good. That'd be good.
I told the girl, I said, well, we may, but it probably be in August, like late August, if we do that. But anyway.
Yes.
Next week, if you invite somebody, we're going to talk about Sarah. Get Sarah together. But thank y'all for joining the show.
Yes. It
was a good, really, really good discussion.
It really was. I really enjoyed it. It really was. I just want to leave this, as we closing out tonight, I want to leave this tip with you, with the people that's on the live today. I did a live earlier before I had even finished watching this, and Michigan hadn't even talked about this. And I was talking about shutting the door. Sometimes we can heal from things that other people have done to us, but we have to sit back and find out what is the thing within us that we need to heal from.
Mhm.
These are those open doors that people keep coming and swinging back in and out, in and out. Might be a different man, but the same issue. I just have it for color girls. We're strong women, we're strong men, we're strong people. But sometimes it's that revolving door that we have not healed from our own personal self. Whether it's something in our past, something in our childhood, anything that has happened that you're not aware of that keeps coming back up, creeping up through that door. So what I'm learning is that the reason why I keep going through certain things is because it's something somewhere that I'm not paying attention to, that these people or these circumstances is creeping right in between. Just like Grace, all she wanted was a man that was going to do maybe make her laugh and just pay attention to her, or whatever. And that was the crack. She forgave her husband or whatever, her ex-husband, whatever. She didn't think about him no more. But guess what? That crack was still there. She didn't seal that crack up. So that's how that man came in, through that same crack that the other man left out of.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what happens. The air comes in the same way it goes out. So with all that being said today, guys, we have to, I'm learning. I can't tell about what to do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm learning how to pay attention to the things that's going on with me. Why is all these same things coming in a place of void that I'm getting rid of? Something else coming right back in the same place, but it's not feeling it. It's giving me the same thing. Always a round circle. To cut the air off, you shut the window or you shut the door. The next time somebody gonna come in this way, they'll come in the right way, but they're not coming in any cracks.
Mm-hmm.
No more cracks. And sometimes that takes stuff deep down that we have to look in within ourselves too. And maybe things that we don't know, I'm not paying attention, that's there. And it is. I
feel that. And you remember back in the old days when the seal of the bottom of the door, when you wanted to keep the air from coming in, you used to have to put blankets underneath of them old doors. Even if you got to do that, sometimes, shoot, make sure it's sealed for sure.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
But you know this ain't the reason why. Okay? This ain't the reason why this is happening.
Right.
And gotta stop blaming everybody else for things that we're doing,
right,
and look at ourselves, things that they're doing to us.
Mm-hmm.
And look at myself and say, why am I allowing you to do this? Why am I allowing this man to do this? Why am I allowing this woman to do this? Why am I allowing these things to keep happening to me?
Mm-hmm.
There's an openness somewhere. That's for me. But I just want to share that with you. All right, guys. Well, what you got?
I don't have anything. That was good. That could have been the closing right there.
Okay. Well, we can use it if you want to.
Yep, we can use it. That was accountability.
Yes,
that was the accountability part.
That's what we've been all saying in the beginning. When we first started this, accountability and responsibility.
Yep.
That's it. We got to be accountable for what we know and responsible for accountability for what we know we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And responsible for things that we know we got to do.
Right.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, we have a good night. Enjoy your week. And we will see you on next Sunday.
Next Sunday. All right. Have a good one. Peace out.
Good night.